The storm howled like a dying animal as Arya stepped off the broken-down bus. Her boots sinking into the mud of Ravenmoor, a forgotten village buried deep in the woods, she came looking for her missing brother Liam, who vanished 2 months ago after claiming he'd discovered something ancient in these woods. The village felt frozen in time, no electricity, no cell signals, and faces too pale and eyes too wide. An old woman at the inn handed her a brass key and whispered, "Don't follow the bells after midnight." That night, Arya heard the soft clang of bells echoing through the woods. Against every instinct, he followed the sound. Through the trees, she saw a procession of faceless figures dressed in black robes, carrying lanterns made of bone, walking toward a crumbling stone chapel. She crept behind them, heart pounding, breath visible in the icy night. The doors of the chapel groaned open, revealing an altar made of skulls and a pit pulsing with a red glow. Suddenly, one of the figures turned and pointed at her. The others followed. She ran. Branches clawed her face as she sprinted back to the village, only to find her room door open, her belongings torn, and a message scratched on the wall. "You heard the bells? Now you belong to us." Arya woke to screaming. She rushed outside and found the innkeeper's body hanging from the roof, eyes gouged out, mouth stuffed with thorns. The villagers stared blankly. A girl no older than 10 handed Arya a torn journal, page Liam's handwriting. "Don't trust the daylight." The girl vanished into the mist. Arya searched the chapel by day, but it was gone. As if the forest swallowed it. In its place was an open grave and a mirror nailed to a tree. Inside the mirror, she saw not her own reflection, but Liam screaming silently, face melting into ash. She shattered it. That night, she found herself back in the procession, but now she was wearing a black robe, her hands clutching a lantern of bone. She couldn't control her body, it moved on its own. Step by step toward the pit, a voice inside her screamed to stop. In a sudden flash, she awoke in the woods, covered in blood, a torn page in her fist. "They make you one of them through dreams." She looked down. A dead rabbit half-eaten lay beside her. "Once you feed, you forget." Her mouth was coated in something warm. Her reflection in a puddle blinked twice, but she hadn't. Desperate to escape, Arya tried to flee Ravenmoor, but the forest twisted endlessly, leading her back to the village every time. Days blurred into nights. Her memories began to fade, her mother's voice, Liam's face. She could no longer recall why she was even there. One final journal page appeared on her bed. The bells summon the eater. The eater chooses one. You're the vessel. Now. That night, she found herself standing before the altar again, but this time, Liam was tied to it. "Please, Arya, don't let it in," the robed figures chanted, louder and louder. His eyes met, hers bloodshot, begging. A black mass rose from the pit-shifting, hungry eyes everywhere. It reached toward her, whispering promises of peace, of freedom from pain. She screamed and ran to Liam, trying to untie him, but her hands turned to bone. The black mass surged into her chest. She felt herself dissolve. The last thing she saw was Liam's face turning into hers. Then, darkness. Days later, a new girl arrived in Ravenmoor searching for her brother. The innkeeper handed her a brass key and whispered, "Don't follow the bells after midnight."